everybody, and of course welcome to another one of the video commentaries for Battlefield Play4Free. Of course this one is going to be going over the QJY-88 for your medic class. But before I get started, of course I need to do a few shoutouts. The first shoutout goes to George Brooks for actually leaving a YouTube comment. Next shoutout goes to Pro2Style for actually sending me a Facebook message asking for a shoutout, of course. And the final shout out goes to VibeHalf because he's actually starting up his YouTube channel and he wants to be a part of Machinima, so I'm going to help him out and you guys need to go check out his channel, so go check him out. Okie dokie, that's all for the shout outs, so now let's get on with the QJY-88. The QJY-88, also known as the Type 88 LMG, is a 5.8 by 42mm Chinese light machine gun designed in the late 1980s by China North Industries Corporation, otherwise known as Norinco. It was intended to replace the obsolete Type 67 machine gun in service with the PLA. The QJY-88's first appearance in the Battlefield universe was in Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. Outside of Play4Free though, the Type 88 also makes an appearance in Bad Company, Bad Company 2, and in Battlefield 3. The total amount of ammunition you get with the base QJY-88 is 160, and that's 80 bullets per magazine, so it's pretty much on the average for the LMG class of weapons for your medic. The rate of fire for the QJY-88 is actually 450 rounds per minute, which is actually tied for having the slowest rate of fire for the primary weapons available for your medic class, and it's actually tied with the M60 machine gun. The QJY-88 is also tied with the FN Mini-Me Para for having the slowest reload time out of all the primary LMGs available for your medic class, which is a grand total of 10 seconds. The bullet velocity of the QJY-88 is actually on the higher side of the average, which is 600. So far, even though the QJY-88 seems to be tying for the worst spot, it does trump one out of all the areas, and that's actually its hip-fire deviation. The QJY-88 does have the worst hip-fire bullet deviation, whether you're crouching or standing for any of the primary LMGs available for the medic class. Also, when aiming down sight with the QJY-88, the first initial shot has the worst starting deviation out of all the LMGs available for your medic class. But the upside to this is it doesn't get much worse after the third shot, however, it gets pretty bad after the fifth shot, so not much of a redeeming quality here either. The recoil of the QJY-88 when just firing at hipfire is pretty bad and heavy, so you know, it's not at all recommended to even fire this gun hipfire unless you are right up on your enemy. However, if you're firing the QJY-88 aiming down sight, it's a little bit of a different story. The actual recoil on the gun seems to be close towards the average, so there shouldn't be too much of a problem there. Just pace your shots out well and you should be fine, especially over medium to long ranges. Even though the QJY doesn't seem to have very many things going for it in its advantage, there is one thing that we still need to discuss, and that's its damage. And that's actually the one redeeming quality for this gun, because it seems to take the best damage out of all ranges from all the machine guns that are available. And what I mean by that is that the QJY-88 does the most amount of potential damage throughout all ranges. But the funny thing is that it's tied with 4 of its counterparts at those ranges, and I'll explain. At close range, the QJY-88 does 27 to 29 damage, which is also in comparison to the M60 and the Pechnig. At medium ranges, the QJY-88 does 23 to 27 damage, which is also tied with the M60 and the RPK-74M. And finally, at farther ranges, the QJY-88 does 20 to 22 damage, which is also tied with the QBB-95. Making the QJY-88 have the best potential damage out of all ranges for the primary weapons available for your medic. Now, if you're going for headshots, it'll take 2 bullets at close range to kill your enemy. At medium ranges, it'll take 2, maybe 3 bullets to kill your enemy. And at farther ranges, it will take at least 3 bullets to kill your enemy. When using the QJY-88, especially the base gun, it's always best aiming down sight whenever possible, even at closer ranges. Just because of the bullet deviation of this gun when using it hipfire makes it very terrible for being able to maintain accurate shots. For close quarters combat, and to some extent at the initial medium range distance, you can go fully auto and expect moderately accurate shots. But this gun is not designed for long range engagements, so close the distance whenever possible. For the base QJY-88, I would say it's not the preferred choice for lone wolves, but if you're a team player and like rolling with a squad, it makes a great suppression weapon that can also take out any stragglers close to death. The QJY-88 is the only primary weapon for your medic that has the custom jungle skin available for purchase to date. The regular render of the QJY-88 is a bit bland and nothing too visually appealing, but if you want to add some detailed flair, I would recommend getting the jungle skin. The best maps to have the easiest time with the QJY-88 are definitely Sharky and Myanmar. The reason for Sharky is because this map promotes some close quarters battles and the gun does the most amount of damage on par with the M60 and the Pechnig, so that way you can actually keep up with the enemies in your KD ratio. Even though Myanmar is considered a medium range map, a lot of the engagements that you still have on that map are still close to initial medium ranges, so you can still do a pretty good job with the QJY-88 in maintaining a good score as well as helping your team. All in all, the base QJY-88 has a lot going against it, but with the correct attachments the gun can be turned into a decent fragging machine. But I wouldn't recommend this gun for newcomers of Battlefield Play4Free. I would recommend it for those looking for a bit of a challenge. With that being said, that's all I got for the QJY-88, and I'll see you guys next video!